Uh, Good morning, everyone, and I thank God Almighty for this opportunity to be here today, all the way from Nigeria. And I want to appreciate Jeannie for organizing this event. I am not here alone from Nigeria. I came with the Vice President of Jeannie Nigerian chapter, Mr. Sajimi Olusegun. Please. It's been a journey with Jeannie. And before I start my presentation, I would just want to say something about Jeannie because they helped me in my career in the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. In 1920, I was appointed the Chief Innovation Officer of my company. And to be candid, I knew nothing about innovation. And the company has just unbundled the research and development division that has been in existence for 40 years without any productive outcome. It was unbundled and a new department was created, or a new division, named Research, Development and Research, Technology and Innovation. And I was made the Chief Innovation Officer. I knew nothing about innovation. And I went on the internet to search, what is this innovation all about? Unfortunately for me, I stumbled on Global Innovation Institute, and I studied them. I got in contact with Mr. Mills and told him that, oh, look, I've just been appointed the Chief Innovation Officer of the only federal government oil company in Nigeria. How do I go about it? And that's how my journey with Jeannie started. And they introduced me to their certifications. I was given a huge book, the master book on innovation to study. And after studying the book, I started taking the exams. That was during the heat of the COVID 2020. And today, I took all the exams with Jeannie. I am a certified innovation professional, certified innovation design thinking, certified innovation strategist, certified chief innovation officer, and then certified innovation assessor, all by Jeannie. It was not easy, though I felt some exams and had to retake, but it helped me a lot. And that is how innovation journey started with my company. And that's my story today. So, the innovation in Nigeria as success story kicked off after the COVID-19. And we have a lot to say about Nigeria being a developing country. It's been tough in our country to innovate because Nigeria has a population of over 200 and something million people, and with over 250 ethnic groups. So you can imagine each group trying to present their own way of doing things. However, Nigeria is experiencing innovation across multiple industries driven by technology, entrepreneurship, and indigenous knowledge. Like I said, with over 250 ethnic groups, each group has their own culture and heritage and way of doing things. Unfortunately, each group are endowed with local skills that they are using to produce their own things and then improve their local economy. However, fintech has widely been recognized in the banking industry technologically, but innovation is taking root in the healthcare sector, agriculture, manufacturing, and education, renewable energy. And these are being championed by local expertise, like I said earlier. The indigenous knowledge have to take root, and then digital tools and helping to tackle challenges and create sustainable solutions. From 2020, after the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of innovation hubs sprang up. Like I said, the NNPC Research, Technology and Innovation, where and when I was made the Chief Innovation Officer in 2020, and they started innovation drive across the company. We also have the Global Innovation Institute, Gini. Like I said, after the appointment and I got in contact with Gini, they helped me a lot in my career. And we have today, through the help of the Vice President of Gini Nigerian chapter, Mr. Sajimi Olusegun, who is the CEO of the Oxford Training School Management in Nigeria. He has been able to certify over 200 people spread across in Nigeria. And this has helped a lot in triggering innovation across every sector of the country. And we have other innovation hubs, and then most especially my focus will be on Innovate Hub and NMPC Research Hubs. All these hubs have been contributing to innovation drive in Nigeria. And what are their roles? Which has played a very significant role in increasing the economic development of the country. One, strengthening innovation ecosystem and collaboration, promoting sustainable and clean technology solutions, advancing research and development, driving digital transformation and skill development, supporting startups and entrepreneurship, and the host of others. Once in a while, these innovation hubs come together to collaborate and then look at all the overwhelming problems in the country to see what could be done to advance the economy and solve the problems. This is the company where I worked before I retired as the Chief Innovation Officer. And our vision, when this division was created, after unbundling the old, the research and development that was over 40 years without any productive outcome. The vision of this new division was to be, or is to be, the dynamic global research and innovation hub of choice, with a mission to reliably deliver disruptive innovation to drive tangible improvements in performance efficiency across NMPC subsidiaries. NMPC has over 25 subsidiaries across the country. So we started with all the knowledge that I acquired from Gini trainings and teachings. We set off to innovate and turn things around in the company. The old research and development that was for over 40 years had nothing to show for it. But I think after 18 months of the research, technology and innovation, we were able to patent 2 products, the tricycle that we converted to use both fuel and LPG for fuel, for fuel or for power or for energy. So NNPC RTI, or Research, Technology and Innovation, has turned things around across the subsidiaries, especially the upstream industry where data could be collected and artificial intelligence can be used to increase the efficiency of service delivery. And then the most important one that is helping the company a lot is the robotic that we introduced through the machine learning, where the finance department spends a lot of time in trying to accumulate and evaluate data. And today, within few minutes, the data could be analyzed and then used for effective decision making. Then coming to Innovate Hub. Innovate Hub is one of the innovation hubs in Nigeria. And I am currently the innovation advisor in this Innovate Hub. The vision is to be a focal point for innovation startup incubation, technology transfer, and prototype. And because of time, they have a lot of things they have been able to achieve at driving innovation across the country. helping the youth to identify their ingenuity and creativity, and then positioning them in a way that they can look inwards, identify their talent and potential, and then align them or leverage on them to integrate what they are, the talents that they have, with appropriate modern technology in order to create a living for themselves. Like the notable startup, the Soilless Farm Lab, the Bluebird Drone Technology, the Name Track, and the Anime Drink. These are projects that were started and they have been completed, and they are helping a lot in the agri sector. And then in the medicine aspect, they've always, the notable among this is the called hearing aid. We know that hearing aid is very, very expensive. They have been able to come up with something that's aligned with our own environment, which is cheaper, and it is being used today, helping people with hearing infirmity to hear better. And then we have the energy sector. They have been able to produce something that is helping in alleviating the energy problem in the country by producing energy value and portable power stations for small businesses and enterprise. For education, the notable startups that was developed by this Innovate Hub is the Dr. B Creative Science Learning Tool, which has helped to they came up with automated skeleton model for anatomy classes. When you compare the imported ones, which is not very, very malleable and not very easy to understand, the one that they came up with can easily be dismantled and people can get into the nitty-gritty of what the anatomy is all about. And then the Lidi Yoruba app that they came up with is very, very useful, because a lot of people in the rural areas that are in the agricultural sector, some of them, when the e-marketing platform was introduced, they don't understand English. So they came up with this app that sort of transcribe and translate the English into Yoruba, and it's helping a lot of the farmers to bring their product to the market and then sell on the e-market platform. And then I want to talk about the research for impact programs, which this Innovate Hub is doing perfectly well. In collaboration with the federal government of Nigeria, TEDFord, the objective of this program is to re-engineer the way research and development is being conducted in the universities. Prior to this time, what they do in the university is just to research, publish journals, and then that ends it. Like I used to tell people when I go out for any presentation, if I knew what I know now, all my projects during my schooling, my first degree, second degree, third degree, all my projects wouldn't have ended up just in the shelf. The notable one is the project I did on production of adhesive. I was just carrying out the project to graduate, not knowing that I could just, scale it up to commercialization and then go partner with people to come up with mass production. I would have been richer than Bill Gates today anyway. But nothing. So all the research outcomes that we do in our university end up in the shell. So what this program, Research for Impact, is doing now, in collaboration with the federal government, is to revitalize the way research is being carried out in the universities with a target of the product being commercialized and getting to the market to solve problems. So in other words, for any project to be approved for students must be solvable. Not just being solvable, but must have value attached to it at the end of the day. And we sincerely believe that with this move, most of the problems in Nigeria will be solved, because every student in Nigeria, before you graduate, you must come up with a project that must be approved for you to carry out before graduating. So we are hoping that, or we are believing that with this program, a lot of students will come up with products at the end of their schooling to be commercialized, and then they will start making money for themselves, starting small businesses instead of depending on white-collar job, which is fast going extinct. So we have also want to talk about the Nigerian indigenous knowledge and integrating with appropriate modern technology for innovation opportunities. Why is this very, very important for us? Because like I said earlier, Nigeria with over 200 million people with 250 ethnic groups, each group has their own way of doing things. Unfortunately, each group is endowed with one local or indigenous skill or the other, which they are leveraging on in order to make a living. So it's very, very important for us to identify this indigenous knowledge so that as we introduce the technology for innovation, there will be an acceptance, because each group, they are afraid of losing their culture and heritage. For example, the Yoruba people of southwestern Nigeria are known for their herbal medicine with extensive medicine properties of local herbs. And you cannot just take this away from them. We know that the Yoruba people, they are the largest, the largest producer of twins in the whole wide world. And it's because of the kind of herbs available within their communities. And then if you want to introduce any innovation medically to them, you must identify that their indigenous knowledge, their local skills, their herbs, which have sustained them over the years. Because if not, they will reject every new technology that you're introducing to them. So the move now is to harness the indigenous knowledge of every ethnic groups and then leverage on them and integrate appropriate technology so that people will accept it and then see something better in what you are introducing to them. And then the next, the Igbos of the southeastern Nigeria are renowned for their skills in blacksmithing. And this is a tradition that everybody grew up with, whether female or male. I grew up watching my dad, carry out this business with a lot of apprentices, watching. So it's a pride that every family has this technique. Every family has this industry, But these days, this the generation, because the process of blacksmithing is very, very laborious, because you have to use local pots to start up the process, where you have to use firewood to heat up, and then there is something that we call echo, where you have two instruments to pound in order to infuse air so that the temperature doesn't go down. And with this, you have your fingers being exposed to heat, and most times people have blisters. So because of it, the youth and these young generations are running away from this blacksmithing, and we are afraid that this business might go extinct if care is not taken and if appropriate technology is not infused in it. So they have theirs. And not just for businesses, it's also culturally accepted that, look, every family has to align with this. And then we have the Northerners that are known for their agricultural skills. I don't know if any of us have heard about the granite pillar, pyramid in the north. We grew up seeing it as something like a sightseeing, and they have all their ways of doing things in order to maintain this culture and way of and contribute to the economic growth of their community. However, despite the riches and diversity of indigenous knowledge in Nigeria, this knowledge system have often been undervalued and overlooked in developing initiatives, because there is no encouragement, because of the laborious nature of these local practices. People are running away from it, and then coupled with the fact that we have a lot of imported goods flooding the market. So, but we are scared that if nothing is done, if innovation or creativity is not infused with this indigenous knowledge, we might lose this aspect of our economy. And then you see people depending mostly on important goods. So I'm taking Oka blacksmithing industry as a perspective to explain this, and then the benefit of innovating in this particular environment. Oka being the capital of Anambra State, it boasts a long history of blacksmithing that predates colonial times. Blacksmithing in the area we are known, that's blacksmiths in Oka, they were known for their ability to create both functional and artistic metalworks such as weaponry, farm tools, and utensils. And so they were so good that during the Nigeria-Biafra War, it was so bad that the Igbos then, they were marginalized. Therefore, they couldn't get any supply of weapons to fight the war. But necessity is the mother of invention. Because of their knowledge in blacksmithing, they were able to produce their weaponry, and with the special one, the obunigwe, which they used to fight the war and sustain the war. Anyway, so they have this creativity, they have this indigenous knowledge that if leveraged on and infused with appropriate technology, they will do better. So then the process is based on indigenous knowledge and local skill, utilizing key tools such as clay, forge, billows, hammer, and ivy, and tongs, and then chisels and flyers. Like I said, it is a very laborious exercise, and the youth don't want to get involved with this. So, with the challenges that I have mentioned, the declining interest by the youth, technology obsolescence, competitions from industrial imported goods, and digital documentation of indigenous techniques. Now, what the problem that we are facing, even those, the youths that are being encouraged to go into this blacksmithing because it has a lot of potential, there is no documented knowledge to show, oh, this is how to do it, this is how not to do it, because people learn from watching their fathers or their uncles practice this blacksmithing. So there is serious need to innovate and come up with digital documentation of the indigenous knowledge, and then sell it to the schools or technical school where people can, the youth will be encouraged to go and learn the process, that by the time the new and appropriate technology is being infused, it will be easier and much better for adoption. And then adoption of renewable energy and mechanized forging. Like I said, when I was demonstrating the process of this blacksmithing, like I said, I watched my dad do that. And the process of infusing air or into the clay pots with firewood in order to sustain the temperature so that the metal will have consistency in the melting. Now, we can deploy solar panel or solar energy to do that instead of using your hand to exert so much energy. And this is what is driving the youth away. And then integration of appropriate technology with indigenous knowledge such as 3D printing and laser cutting can do a lot in this. So we are looking at this, and it is an innovation investment opportunity that whoever cares, to come in and partner with us will benefit a lot. And then we'll be able to have the innovation solutions to this. So what are the benefits of innovation in Oka blacksmithing industry? It will increase production efficiency and product quality a lot. Just imagine, just have a mental picture of where 3D printing will be deployed. It will be easy. You can do any kind of pattern that you want instead of, after melting and then you use your energy, to cut and recut. If you make any mistake, you go back, And then what of the lesser cutting that can be used to do this with ease? It will attract the youth into the craft through modernization. The rate at which the youths are running to the cities these days is so high. So the youth can be retained if easy way of doing things are provided for them. Then it can also reduce environmental impact through sustainable technology and position Oka as an innovation-driven industrial hub. In conclusion, Nigeria innovation hubs are catalysts for economic transformation. Innovation is not just an act, it is a way of life. Like the presenters that presented yesterday, they mentioned, especially the man that said something about indoctrinating the children from 4 years, which means that when you put them on that platform, having an innovation culture in our respective homes, when they grow up, it becomes part of them instead of, trying to learn at older age. So with continuous investment, Nigeria is on the track to becoming Africa's top innovation powerhouse as indigenous knowledge is harnessed and integrated with appropriate modern technology to foster innovation. Thank you so much for your attention.